Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil, and it's time to talk the Rings of Power. Can we just appreciate for a moment how beautiful this show is? I look back on the Lord of the Rings movies, and they were stunning. They were groundbreaking. They showed what was possible in the 21st century as far as the scale that computer graphics could add to us, the cinema experience. And somehow this TV series is far outdoing them. Yes, 20 years of technology definitely helps, and $750 million doesn't hurt. But I appreciate that it seems to have been invested well. It seems that these worlds don't feel CG. They don't feel artificial. There's obviously a shot here or there that bumps you a little bit, but I'm surprised by how few of those shots there are, considering what we've been shown so far. The dwarven cities, that underground architecture, all of Numenor's splendor. It feels genuine, and when we get down on the ground with our characters, the whole environment feels real and lived in, and not an ounce of artifice is visible. So my hat's off to the production team, the post-production team, and I mean, I'm so curious about the production itself. It's only 8 episodes this first season, and that means you're spending $60 million an episode. I've worked on average price television, and I've worked on expensive television, but $60 million an episode television is mind-blowing. But keep it in perspective. $60 million for an hour of television, $1 million an hour, a million a minute. There's certainly plenty of movies that cost more than that. So you expect cinematic, and we're getting cinematic. I think if there was a shorter version of this, you could put it in the theaters, the crowds would come, and they would walk away going, that was a beautiful movie experience. It just so happens that this is a story that's going to take about 8 hours to tell this season, and many more hours to come in future seasons, assuming those get greenlit. And, it looks amazing. Where did we leave off last episode? Well, Numenor is raising an expeditionary force. Queen Regent Muriel is going to go to Middle-earth, escort Galadriel there. There's tons of volunteers who will be part of that Elven/Numenori force. Well, it's all Numenorian, isn't it? Plus Galadriel. Including Isildur and his friends. Who else joins along that we've already met? We'll find out. Last episode, we didn't get to see what the Stranger and Nori are up to. Hopefully we'll catch up with them in this episode. Do we go back to Khazad-dûm and see more of what's going on with the dwarves and Elrond? Actually, maybe we'll go to the construction site of the giant forge tower. Who knows? I'm ready to find out. I'm psyched. Let's do this. This is episode 5 of the Rings of Power, and it's called Partings.
Midsummer we make for Northfield them to snail while the snailing's good.
Snails,
Yeah. At the first brush of the oak leaves, we head to the grove. 100 perils between here and there.
Perils?
Like a danger. Wolves, fog, rain, hill trolls, cave trolls, anything that'll kill you.
He's learning his language.
I'm peril.
No, you're not.
But maybe
Good.
he is.
Good.
You're good. Because you're here to help.
I like that we got some dialogue between them now. He still thinks he's a peril.
Well, to look off my ears while you're at it. Save me listening, you're snoring.
Oh, stuff, I do not snore.
Yes, you do.
All
Come on now, Rove's not gonna migrate to us.
right, they're used to him now.
The light in the tower.
So
No longer
Poppy doesn't have any family of her own, I guess, so she's just got this little mini barrow, which is all that she can push by herself, pull by herself.
Call to me, lands far away.
Oh, cool. We get to see their route. Oh, the Grey Marshes. That doesn't sound good. Oh, look at those terrible bugs. Brutal. Perils. Perils. Wow. Who knew we wanted a musical montage? But this is lovely. Oh. We're flashing back. Oh, the crater is still there. Okay, okay. Who's checking it out? Oh. Oh. Who's this? They look elven, but there's more to them than that. This guy's evil. Look at those eyes.
I wish you could feel like I do. But soon it will be gone,
The sun
and with it,
will be
part
darkened.
of me that knew its warmth as well. It is time.
So Isidar Sauron? I'm doubting it more and more.
We've been ordered to abandon this tower and swear fealty to their commander. I know I'm not the king you have awaited.
For some men, they'll be fine with that.
Who will stand with me?
Yeah, I don't
Who
know.
among you will stand and fight?
I don't think you're going to get a ton of support, unfortunately. Oh? Oh, okay. Dang! Oh.
Stand and fight,
Yeah,
you will die.
I thought there'd be more of that response.
I'll say this for our ancestors. They lived.
No, and the crowd's turning.
Come on,
Yeah.
follow me.
Yeah, this is what I expected. It's not necessarily because they're evil men, it's just they're scared. Like how, like this looks so good. Look how dense and there's a horse getting lifted up on a crane in the background for zero reason other than that they could put that in the shot.
Why wasn't I chosen for the expedition?
Thought you were going west.
Not anymore. Not till I've done something worthy of Numenor. Why, I'm asking for your help.
Wish I could provide it. But we've far more volunteers than we could ever hope to accommodate.
Oh.
I'm ready to serve.
Nothing would make me prouder. But you had your chance.
Wow. Teaching his son a tough lesson.
Why are you sending our king for it to die?
They're volunteers.
There are many who feel as you do. Not enough to sway him yet, but give him the right push.
It must be you.
No. He got into the guild by the looks of it.
Southlander, your visitors.
Oh, okay.
And where did the enemy head next?
Further south, I should think. Towards the watchtower of Osterith.
I'm certain your fellowship will prove just as invaluable once you make landfall.
He doesn't want to go.
Galadriel informed us of your aspiration to unite your people.
Did she now? Don't blow this for me.
Galadriel informed us.
I wondered how the Queen knew to waylay me at her father's bedside. Never occurred to me you'd hand me over for a guild crest.
You use me.
Ah. He doesn't want to be the king.
Find another head to crown.
Yeah. It's a little bag. Is it? It looks like it's a little bag. I feel like there's going to be something in there. Something quite important, perhaps. Where are we now?
Rockford Pass must be blocked in.
What are we gonna find here? Are those ward prints?
He's responsible, isn't he? The big fella.
What precisely do you expect me to do about it?
What you ought to have done at the camp. Take their wheels and leave them.
Jeez, vicious. Wolves. Can I assume that our stranger's gonna save the day finally? Prove his worth to the entire group? Oh my god. Yeah. Man, those mouths. Wow. Yeah. Dang. Is that going to be enough to... Did he break his arm doing that? Sure.
We will see who can score flesh.
Anyone that does, I will promote.
All right.
To lieutenant.
Whoa. Yeah. Too cocky. This is fun. Oh, we're turning this into 2-on-1. Let's not trash the local storefronts just for training.
Keep moving.
Oh, did he score flesh though?
Lieutenant. Never known a Smith's aide who could do that.
He's a soldier. He's seen battle.
What makes you think Miriel's mind and my own are not as one in this?
Because my father would sooner die than take orders from an elf.
I want all the maps. I'm a map nerd. I want all his maps. They look beautiful.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
This guy's getting a ring for sure, and he's definitely turning Nazgul.
Don't go to Middle-earth. All that awaits you there.
What, Father? What awaits me?
Well, he's death.
Darkness.
Darkness, okay.
Slather some on that paw should help with the tenderness.
Whoa.
Hey.
Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Stop!
He's a peril. Oh. Alright, she still has her hand. That's a good thing. Well, he's all healed up, though. He's a peril. So now all the Harfoots like him, except Nori's frightened of him.
To the Union.
To the Union.
Before our wines ascend, Lord Durin, to what do you credit this new invigoration?
Oh, he's prying.
I might task the same of Lyndon. Typically takes you people weeks just to decide to take a
If
From where did you procure the table?
Why do you ask?
We reserve its use for the most sacred purposes. Monuments or tombs to our honored dead.
Please forgive our sacrilege, Lord Durin. We shall have to send it home with you, so it can be treated with the proper respect.
So does that mean they took it off the dwarves?
On one side fought an elven warrior, poured all his light into the tree to protect it. On the other, a Balrog of Morgoth, channeled all his hatred
Balrog
into the tree
time.
to destroy it. Lightning ensnared the tree.
Well,
Forging of their conflict.
Pure and light, as good, as strong and unyielding as evil.
Mithril.
Then you admit the dwarves did find it
I promised Durin never to reveal his people's secrets.
And what if keeping your promise to his people meant ensuring the doom of your own?
Yeah, this is why oaths are brutal. Split duties, split obligations.
We might arrest the decay.
Oh.
But despite our every effort, our decline has only quickened. Our light is fading.
He's totally going to betray his friend.
I swore an oath.
Oh?
To Durin.
For now, he won't. But saying I've swore an oath is basically admitting that yes.
The armies of darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
So the elves think Mithril alone would be enough to swing the tide of that?
You're only apologizing because you think, now that I've been promoted, I can get you on the expedition.
Yeah.
Can you? What'll it take to make this right? Fine, you get a free hit. Actually... Oh, that felt like 3.
Pretty sure it was just 2.
You'll bring me on the ship.
No.
Isildur, I can't in good conscience state my name recommending you for a duty that you might well decide.
It'll be different this time.
One day I hope it will be.
Is he gonna stow away? Yeah. What is he? Is he just planning on destroying the ships?
Are you stowing away? Are you about to burn the boat? Get out of here this moment. I won't let anyone know I saw you.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh crap. Holy crap. Wow.
Gather every head.
He was in a fishing boat. A cask must have gone up.
A cask?
You could have just left, but you saved my life.
This council will reconvene at first light to make a final decision.
Okay.
See to it Lord Halbrand attends.
You knew.
I begged him to allow you into our confidence from the start, but the High King forbade it. If we can secure vast quantities of it quickly, enough to saturate every last elf in the light of the Valar.
I mean, it becomes such a valuable resource. Like, the one mithril shirt we know about is
well,
like
now our people are doomed unless I
a
break
treasure.
an oath and betray a friend.
I was there the night your father set sail. A mortal man who believed he could convince the very gods to come to war in our aid.
So thanks to the comments, I'm learning a bit about the history and the elves, and my understanding, tell me if I've got this right, is Elrond is half elf, half human, but when that happens, you can basically choose whether to be an elf or man, whether you can choose whether you want to be immortal or not.
Stop fighting me, and together let us fight them.
Not so long ago, men like me were fighting alongside them.
Men like you, not you yourself.
You don't know how I survived. No, we all survived.
Took the knee.
Sometimes to find the light, we must first touch the darkness.
Yeah. There's her lesson from episode 1.
There is no peace to be found for you here. And nor for me. I have fought for centuries seeking to earn mine. This is how you earn yours.
I pledge my loyalty to Sauron.
I don't think he's Sauron. Or is he? Is he after all?
You are Sauron, are you not?
Nope. Is he an enemy of Sauron too? Kill this boy if you're loyal.
Only blood can bind.
Yeah, he's gonna do it.
Oh, dude, no.
It's not gonna show us.
There's something you don't know.
Oh, is he gonna tell him about the hilt? Yeah.
I've seen this before.
What is it? Oh. It's a sword in the stone. Huh. Sauron's key.
There must be another way.
Name it. I beg you.
He doesn't know.
It's how we survive. Perhaps it's who we are. Who we will always be.
On the nature of humanity.
When Morgoth was at war, whole continents sank. Who is to say what horrors this might unleash?
Whole continent sank? Is that what happens to
And when
Numenor?
they march upon us, this tower will fall.
So drop the tower on them? Is that what we're suggesting? Wow. That's probably next episode, but maybe we're... Oh. Some strong elves right there. Because it's a big chunk of rock. Oh.
You made it up, didn't you?
This has been wanting a new table for years, so.
Durin, you sneaky little bastard.
Enough with the quail sauce. Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
I did not know it, but I came for Mithril. Without it, my kind must either abandon these shores by spring or perish.
Okay. So he's basically asking permission to break the oath.
So the fate of the entire elven race is in my hands.
So it would appear.
Whose hands?
I think Durin's my favorite character in the show. He's awesome.
Thank me after we find a way to convince my father. But can we please get moving? It's a long journey back.
Tell Disa the table's from me.
Don't push your luck, Elf.
I do like these two. Oh, the king was I don't trust the king at all.
Lord Halbrand, the Queen Regent summons you.
No, that's not a good omen. If he leaves it behind. I mean, maybe it's just a coin purse. Oh. Alright. He's changed his mind. Look at the pageantry of all of this. Look at all the extras. Those helmets are very reminiscent of the Riders of Rohan, aren't they? Alright, 3 ships set out instead of 5.
Report to the Horsemaster.
Thought I was in cavalry.
You are. Stable sweep.
Start at the bottom. At least he's going. I love that armor. Such cool metalwork. It's probably like carved foam or 3D printed, but it looks damn good. Alright, so everyone who's supposed to be on the journey is on the journey, it would appear. I feel like the bridge isn't high enough for those sails. I feel like my big takeaway from this episode is the kingdoms of men are divided. In Numenor, for as many people who want to join the Queen and head off to Middle-earth to fight the darkness, there's as many more who don't want Numenorian lives put at risk, who want to stay, who want the status quo, including the not the vizier, but the Queen's right-hand man. and Isildur's sister too, apparently. But nevertheless, the expedition goes ahead. Not before, what's his name, blows up 2 ships and has his life saved. But yeah, 3 ships, presumably 300 men now instead of 500. Isildur gets to go. Halbrand has decided to take up the fight. He left his decision to the very last minute, and he was undecided to the very last minute. It feels like that whole storyline is finally happening, but we've got 3 episodes to go. I don't know exactly where they're heading in Middle-earth, so it's hard to gauge where they could end up by the end of this season. But do they meet up? Do they face down Adar and his forces? That's the only visible threat from the darkness that we've seen. We still don't know whether Adar is Sauron or not. They're messing with us, the writers. They're putting these scenes in, like when the Southlanders were taking the knee in front of him, and that one guy, the old man, pledged his allegiance to Sauron, and the reaction of Adar initially was very much, "That's not me. How dare you say that name," kind of thing. But then the next reaction, where he forced him to kill the young boy to prove his loyalty, makes you wonder. And even though we're coming right out and asking, even if we're basically saying we don't know whether you're Sauron or not, please tell us. We're skirting the answer. We introduced 3 new characters in this episode who I don't know or recognize, but we went to the burned out crater where the stranger arrived, and three people in white arrived. They could have been elven, but not elven that we've seen before. Maybe they're a different type of wizard. I've heard in the comments that there are blue wizards as well. I don't know how that relates to the brown and the gray and the white that we're a little more familiar with. Maybe they're blue wizards. I don't know. The one had a very sinister look, which could be a total red herring, or maybe he's Sauron. Who knows? People are telling me Halbrand could be Sauron. I don't see it, but what we do know about Sauron is he's a deceiver. He can appear as anything to anyone. So somebody is going to be the surprise. It's Sauron. We just don't know who that's going to be. My understanding is Halbrand's not in the book, same as the Harfoots, but that doesn't mean the story hasn't been changed. I don't know. I mean, is there that kind of reveal in the book or in Tolkien's writings? I don't know. I kind of like that I don't know, because I'm just along for the ride. And I'm definitely wondering. I have to wait and see. We went back to Nori and the Stranger this episode. We took last episode off from their adventures, but we're still in the Great Migration. It's a long migration they're on. I don't get a scale on that map, but it feels like they're traveling for months and months. And the Stranger certainly won over Nori's immediate family, but the other Harfoots are still scared, untrustworthy, especially Malva. Was that her name? But the Stranger saves Malva along with Nori and Poppy versus those 3 wolves, doing this massive hand clap thing on the ground that it didn't feel like his hand was broken. It looked like it had gained some infections. Like, it feels like if he uses magic, he hurts himself. Or at least violent magic, because then he used this ice magic to heal himself. So that's That's something I'm going to be paying attention to. Depending on what kind of magic he performs, what's the effect on his physical body? Because he, we had that conversation at the beginning of the episode between him and Nori. Nori's taught him some English. So, well, they don't call it English, but he can speak now and they can have conversations, and he's still learning words like peril. And he thinks he's a peril because he's a danger to the Harfoots. Nori tells him, no, you're good because you're here to help. Maybe he's both. I think that's one of the interesting things about the wizards. For one thing, they're basically demigods, but also they aren't on one side or the other. The potential for either exists within them, and the potential for change along that spectrum also exists. Saruman went from good to evil, so we know that wizards can change their orientation as far as good or evil or mischief or whatever. They can pick their own direction. But I still don't know who the stranger is. The more we get to know him, the more the more I believe he's not Sauron. He could be Gandalf, but I was under the impression that Gandalf didn't appear until the Third Age, but I also know that other liberties have been taken with the storytelling here as far as chronology and whatnot, so maybe. He still hasn't given himself a name, so he's still just the stranger, which is more a writing device, unfortunately, I think, than a reality. Like, I feel like they would have named him at this point. It may not be the name that we end up knowing him in the Lord of the Rings, or maybe he has no future that far. I don't know, but I do feel like the show is cultivating a couple of these mysteries, and they're doing a pretty good job of it, but it's a little bit clumsy at times. Those two major mysteries are who is Sauron, and the other is who is the stranger. And they may be the same mystery, maybe not. We can only wait and see. Hopefully those will both get answered this season, but maybe they don't. Maybe we have to wait longer, but there's only 3 episodes left of this. Like, the show's going quickly. We're going to be done in less than a month, and then who knows how long a wait until there's another season to dive into. But I'm enjoying the ride, and I'm marveling at the beauty of the ride. I talked about it at the beginning, I'll mention it again. It's just a gorgeous show. I feel like every department whose task is putting something on the screen. Hair, makeup, costumes, props, set decoration, construction, paint, all greens, all of these things that add richness to the world, they're operating at a world-class level. I feel like I need to research the production of the shoot. I know it cost a heck of a lot. I wonder how long a shoot it was for 8 episodes. If I were to sign on to an 8-episode show, that would run somewhere between, on the absolute low end, that might be about 12 weeks. And on the long end, you could see it going for something like 16, 18 weeks. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if this was the better part of a year to film. But it shows up on screen. It's beautiful to look at. The characters are so fully realized. The performances are great too, but I find myself like marveling in the costumes and the beards and the weaponry and like all the stuff that adds world to what's on screen. It's beautiful. It's really, really well done, and I'm looking forward to more. So until next week when we get more, take care, stay healthy, we'll see you soon. Cheers.